My breath caught painfully in my throat as I moved still closer, hesitant. His beautiful ruff was gone and he was naked. But I knew it was my wolf even before he opened his eyes. His pale, yellow eyes, so familiar, flicked open at the sound of my approach, but he didn't move. Red was smeared from his ear to his desperately human shoulders. Deadly war paint. Hi, my name is Yulia, and this episode will review the novel Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. Her entire life, Grace has been captivated by the wolves in the woods behind her house, more specifically, one yellow-eyed wolf, her wolf. Meanwhile, Sam has been living two lives, as a wolf in the ice-cold winter with the protection of his pack, and for a few precious months as a human in the warm summer, never daring to come too close to the girl he loves. But soon, Grace encounters a yellow-eyed boy who is strikingly familiar. It's her wolf, it has to be. But as winter approaches, Sam must fight to stay human, and Grace must fight to keep him, even if it means overcoming countless obstacles. Shiver is a fantasy fiction and young adult fiction novel that belongs to the series The Wolves of Mercy Falls. Although this book has around 400 pages, it is quite an easy read. A way this book is different than other books on the same topic or in the same genre is that the wolves do not depend on the full moon to shift. Something remarkable about the author's writing style is that the narration of the chapters switches between Grace and Sam. I find that very interesting, and I really enjoy that. In my opinion, Shiver is for ages 14 and up because it is a fantastic book. The characters are wonderfully sculpted and the plot is beautiful. Although there is a little violence and a small sex scene, therefore I think it is less for children 13 and younger. Aside from that, the book is incredible. Grace Brisbane and her werewolf sweetheart, Samuel K. Roth, are the main characters in this story. Grace is a brave, compassionate human girl, and Sam is a courageous, amiable half-human, half-wolf. During the story, an angry father orchestrates a hunting expedition to kill the wolves. I felt really bad for the wolves, but I liked that was in the story because it made it much more suspenseful. My favorite characters are Sam and Grace. I really like them because they are both very kind and caring and always help each other out when times get rough. There are so many themes in Shiver, but I would say it's mainly about transformation, love, fear, compassion, and friendship. This book is set in the present and is also set in a fantasy world where werewolves exist. Other than that, the story is mostly realistic. I can very easily create a picture in my mind and see every little detail that Maggie Stiefvater writes about in the story. The author draws me in immediately into the setting by always keeping the story fun and intriguing. If you like romantic and adventurous books along with werewolves, then you will definitely love this book. I enjoy this book a lot because it teaches me never to give up and to never stop fighting for the ones I love. I have heard many people compare this book to Twilight, and in my opinion, Shiver is better. The characters in Shiver are much better developed. It is much more believable, the plot is just phenomenal, and the writing style is much more beautiful. Maggie Stiefvater is one very talented author. I have never read a book that engaged in my emotions as much as Shiver did. Shiver made me laugh uncontrollably, made me feel happy, sad, excited. I felt worried for the characters, and it even made me angry at some parts. There's something about the way Maggie writes that makes you feel like you are in the book, seeing all of it happen. As if you become the character and therefore you feel every single emotion they feel in that very moment. It's as if you get lost in another dimension. As I mentioned before, I really enjoyed how the point of view switched between Grace and Sam because it was nice to know what both main characters were thinking. In my opinion, the book felt very complete. I didn't feel like anything was missing, and if I were the author, I wouldn't have done anything differently because the story was amazing just the way it was. Shiver is surprisingly realistic, despite the shape-shifting humans. In conclusion, I would give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. Shiver is an absolutely magnificent story that I think many, many of you will enjoy and love for years to come.